If you're looking for a build that can literally do it all, you came to the right place. This 6'8" Demigod ISO build gets a 92 perimeter defense, granting you the ability to clamp everybody, gets a 93 mid-range rating, unlocking Hall of Fame set shot specialist on a tall ISO build, gets an 89 driving dunk and 78 vertical, unlocking all the pro contact dunk animations in the entire game, gets a maxed out 86 ball handling rating, so you can equip all the best dribble moves for 6'8" builds, and on top of all that gets nearly a maxed out speed and maxed out agility, so you're doing all this as fast as possible. And that's before we max +2 our lightning launch to get Hall of Fame lightning launch, max +1 our set shot specialist to get legend set shot specialist, and before we use our eventual cap breakers to get a 93 driving dunk for gold posterizer. And y'all, you know what the crazy thing is? That was only using one max +2 and one max +1. You're gonna have at least 2 of each. Yeah, this build is insane. What's good, Simply Squad? It's your boy Demigod grinding. And listen, y'all, we got a lot of changes in the builder we need to cover. So real quick, if you want NBA 2K26 for free, all you have to do is subscribe with notifications on and comment down below what hype build you want me to showcase next. I'll be choosing the NBA 2K26 giveaway winner in tomorrow's video, so make sure anytime you see a noti, you click it super fast. Now y'all, I know the builder looks weird. It might even look a little overwhelming at first, but I promise it's very similar to NBA 2K25 with a few small changes. The first change you need to know is your speed cannot be lower than your speed with ball. And the way 2K made this possible is once your speed with ball goes higher than your speed, it starts to automatically raise your speed at the same time. Now the good news is this change only affects small guard builds. Why? Because small guards usually have a 91 speed with ball, which means if you want that attribute, you will be forced to have a 91 speed as well, which I'm sure you know costs a ton of attributes. 6'8" builds though can only have a max speed with ball of an 80, which by the way is 2 points higher than NBA 2K25 where your max speed with ball was a 78. And it also means you don't have to worry about the speed change when making tall guards, which leads to tall guard builds looking absolutely insane. And don't worry, if you're still confused, you'll understand as we make this build. So let's get into it. This build's position is going to be a shooting guard. The only reason for that being that the higher position you go, the more weight you can put on your player. So if you're looking to add strength in your builds, going shooting guard or small forward for your tall guard builds is gonna be ideal. And the two things I knew I wanted in this build was one, I needed a 92 plus rating in one of my shooting attributes, and I also still wanted to have a relatively long wingspan so I could take advantage of my 6'8" height. So after seeing that I would have to have a 6'8" wingspan to get a 93 3-point rating, I decided I was gonna upgrade my mid-range instead, which means the build we're going with today is 6'8", 185 pounds with a 6'10" wingspan. And the first thing we're upgrading is of course our 93 mid-range. Hall of Fame set shot specialist on a tall ISO build is insane. The fact that we have a pure green window this year and you have such a high rating in one of your shooting attributes, you are going to be absolutely sparking it with the best possible jump shots tall guards can get. Now because I'm such a shooting threat on this build, I definitely wanted to have finishing to counteract it when they play up on me. So I decided to go 89 driving dunk and 78 vertical to get silver posterizer in all the pro contact dunk animations. You might have already peeped, but yes, the requirements are the exact same. For tall guards, the requirement for each contact dunk animation is pro contact dunks are 89 driving dunk and 78 vertical. The next tier of contact dunks is 96 driving dunk and 82 vertical. And the absolute best driving dunk package you can get is a 99 driving dunk and a 90 vertical. And in my personal opinion, 89 driving dunk and 78 vertical is the perfect sweet spot if you're trying to have a build that can literally do it all. If you watched my gameplay video yesterday, you know that performing contact dunks with the dunk meter on tall builds is ridiculously easy on NBA 2K26. Not only is the green window huge, it doesn't falter and get smaller as you get closer in the paint like it does for small guards this year. I'm telling you bro, I was not expecting to be a tall guard enthusiast this year, but man, I might have to join the dark side again, and y'all are gonna understand once you see this finished build. The next thing we did is maxed out our ball handle at an 86 rating. Now I will say this might actually be overkill. You might not need an 86 ball handle on tall guards to speed boost and dribble effectively. That all depends on what the best animations in the game game happened to be. But for day one builds, we're not trying to min-max anything. We're trying to make sure that we do not waste our money. And guaranteeing that you can use every single dribble move that 6'8's unlock means you have virtually zero risk of wasting your money on this build, which I absolutely love. After that, we upgraded our speed with ball to a 76 to get silver lightning launch. Don't worry, we're gonna raise this even further later. At this point in the build, I just wanted to make sure that I could still get elite defense, because right now my build is looking amazing offensively. So we're just gonna keep it at 76 as a placeholder, and we're gonna come back to it. And speaking of defense, we are going to have a 92 perimeter defense in an 85 steal on a 6'8 ISO build. I know that y'all probably don't remember 2K24, but I'm hoping you remember just how big 6'8 was on that game whenever you played on the 2's court. I remember I made a 6'8 build first, and not only was it impossible to guard me, it was impossible to score on me. My player was so big and long. Pause, bro. Please don't click off the video. Chill. But genuinely, that build was a menace, and it had worse stats than this one does. Now, I wanted to actually see all the defensive badges I would unlock, so I went over to my physicals and I put an 86 speed and an 80 agility. Having nearly a 90 speed on a 6'8 player that's taking long steps up the court is insane. I absolutely love it. And seeing that the build is almost nearly finished, we had a major decision to make. Now, the good news is this decision only matters the first day or two of NBA 2K26, because I made sure to cook so much with this build that no matter what you decide, you will get both options. But for right now, the decision you have to make is, do you want a 93 mid-range and a 77 speed with ball so you get Hall of Fame set shot specialist, or do you want a 92 mid-range and an 80 speed with ball? Now, there's a couple factors that you need to consider when making this decision. Like I said, no matter what you decide, you're gonna get both after a couple days, whether it's through your build specialization where you get one cap breaker, or whether it's just you repping up and you get cap breakers naturally. The build is gonna end up having both. But for your day one experience, you need to decide, is having Hall of Fame set shot specialist better, or is having a higher speed with ball better? Now, more good news is you can't go wrong either way. Let's talk about the speed with ball first. If you decide to keep a 77 speed with ball and go a 93 mid-range for the Hall of Fame shooting badge, you still unlock Zach LaVine dribble style on your 6'8 build. And if you don't know, Zach LaVine dribble style, which requires a 75 speed with ball, is being hypothesized as the best dribble style for tall guards by a mile. Basically, the reason being that you could speed boost super quick out of it. So if you only need a 75 speed with ball for that dribble move, you should technically be okay to go 77 speed with ball and get your Hall of Fame shooting badge. But you also got to keep in mind that attributes matter. Maybe a 77 speed with ball feels way slower than an 80 speed with ball, and maybe you don't want to deal with that on day one. You'd rather just have fun and be as quick as possible. Again, no matter what you decide, your build is eventually gonna get both. But for right now, I decided to go a 92 mid-range, sacrificing the Hall of Fame set shot specialist and confirming that I have a maxed out 80 speed with ball on day one. Now, I need y'all to look at this. No grind whatsoever. Your base 6'8 build gets contact dunks, gold shooting badges, gold defense badges, and a maxed out ball handle and speed with ball with super high speed. And that's not even making decisions on your max +2 badges, which, by the way, you're gonna get 2 of them. One, I would highly recommend you put on lightning launch so you get Hall of Fame lightning launch. And honestly, forget the second max +2 if you're worried about, oh, it's gonna be too much of a grind. So let's say you level up in the season, you get your max +2, you put it on, and you get Hall of Fame lightning launch. After that, you finish your shooting specialist challenge, you get your +1 cap breaker, and you put that on your mid-range. Now all of a sudden you have a 6'8 build with Hall of Fame lightning launch, Hall of Fame set shot specialist, which you can max +1 to legend set shot specialist. So you have Hall of Fame lightning launch, legend set shot specialist, and gold defensive badges with a 92 perimeter defense. And that's not even talking about your whole other max +2 and max +1 you're gonna unlock whenever you play the game. I'm hoping y'all are seeing the vision. I'm not trying to yap your ears off, but man, this build is insane. I absolutely cooked. And trust me, if you love this build, you're gonna love this 6'9 even more, because the one thing this build lacks is strength. And I know a lot of y'all love strength on your builds. Me personally, I don't like it on my 6'8 ISO builds, but on my 6'9 Demigod build dropping in an hour, not only does it have strength, it has a 92 offensive rebound while still being a 6'9 ISO build. So yeah, if you're still watching the video, comment drop in all caps if you want me to drop that 6'9 build right after this video. But anyways, if you make this build, you will get the build name two-way mid-range slasher, which I absolutely love, because anytime I have slasher in my build name, people always assume that I can't shoot. Even though it says mid-range right there, they always always sag off me and think I'm just gonna be an old head driving in the paint. And if you look at our top attribute section, we have an A mid-range, an A perimeter defense, an A- driving dunk. Our strengths mention defense because we have a 92 perimeter defense, mentions our ability to shoot middies, mentions our ability to finish, and mentions our ability to ISO. And what does it say for weaknesses? Oh yeah, that's right, we have none. For all of y'all that say that YouTubers clickbait and say demigod this, demigod that, this build can quite literally do it all. If this is not a demigod, I don't know what is. I didn't have enough time to put on the best drip moves and the best jump shot for this build, but don't worry, you know on week 1 we're gonna be putting those on. But I did want to show y'all that even with terrible sigs on, the build was moving. It was actually able to speed boost a little bit, and again, these are horrible signature styles, and I'm sure all the dribble heads have already released the best 6'8" ISO sigs, so man, I can't wait to make this build and start moving. Anyways, y'all, I'm not trying to yap your head off. Let me know in the comments what you would change about this build. Are you gonna tweak it at all? Are you just gonna make it straight up? And I will see y'all very soon on my 6'9" demigod video. So thank y'all so much for watching. I love you all, and as always, keep grinding.